हेलो एंड वेलकम टू येट अनदर वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग एपिसोड। इस एपिसोड में जो हम लोग डिस्कस करेगा दैट इज समथिंग आई committed in my last video. This is a very demanding topic, that is SME sector stocks. So in this video I will show you sorted uh, performance, or let's say sorted companies in the SME sector. So I've sorted this list of SME stocks based on various features, various metrics in terms of their result, quarterly result performance, in terms of various metrics like return on equity, return on capital employed, debt to equity, absolute term debt, and many parameters are there. EV by EBITDA is there, price to earnings are there. So I have sorted it in various ways. So let's come to my screen and let's have a discussion what I exactly have done and which picture is coming out uh, from this short listing. So many stocks are there. So in various ways, once we filter it, we find very new, like some selective companies from various angles in terms of various metrics. So that is very important. तो चलिए शुरू करता है, मगर बिफोर ब्रिंगिंग यू इन माय स्क्रीन, let me mention here, as we are discussing SME sector stocks, parallelly I have started giving SME sector stock recommendations, being a SEBI registered investment advisor. So if you guys, anyone, any investor interested to have to get the quality SME sector stocks for their investment purpose, for bringing a small portfolio of SME sector stocks, you may visit my website. The details will be there in the description box. So without wasting time, let's come to my screen and let me show you that list of SME stocks which we shall be discussing now. So what I have done, let me tell you, I have done this entire analysis in Screener. In my next video, I will show you how to do this data crunching. So it's not necessary that you can build your own portfolio or list of stocks, group of stocks, or you can apply uh, on the entire NSE stocks and can filter out stocks using this data crunching method that I shall be discussing in my next video. So in this video, let me show you what I have exactly done. Process I will not be discussing in this video. So this is basically SME sector stock list. See how many stocks are there. There are 368 stocks which is visible. 368 stocks are there in this particular pack, and I have sorted it firstly based on various sectors. So you can see that like same stock sector stocks are visible together, so it bit homogeneous. So this number of auto ancillary companies are there, this number of aluminium products are there, aluminium product companies are there. So automobile, motorcycle, bearing company 1, brewery and distillery 1, cable power 2, casting forging 5 6. So chemicals little more, computer software, many companies are there, construction, very good number of stocks, diversified, domestic appliances. So many companies are there in this particular stock I have sorted out. What I will be doing, mm, okay, so before anything, let me take you to the result this quarter. Okay, so let me freeze my first pane, first column. It will be easier to show the things. Just a moment. View. Sorry, where is freeze? Freeze panes. Freeze first column. Okay, now it will be easier to explain you the thing. So this is the performance this quarter, September quarter, right? Rather, it's a half yearly performance. I'm Yes, this is half yearly performance because SME sector companies give 6 months result only. ठीक है, they need not to update every quarter, they update once in 6 months. So this is the 6 months result for all of these company. So the first one is September half, matlab H1 result. This is the H1 completed. So H1 result, you can see the numbers: sales, EBITDA margin, PAT margin. What I have done, I have taken this EBITDA, PAT, sales, EBITDA, PAT, and computed rest, means margin I have computed myself. So similarly, the previous 6 months, matlab H1, H2 result for uh, FY24, H2 FY24 result for these companies are visible in a different color altogether. Correct? This is a different color. Again, the next is previous first year, matlab September 23, first half of FY24. So that result is there. So now what I have done, I have done a comparison, sales growth comparison. So based on that, we have arrived at certain top performers in terms of sales growth, right? Similarly, there are other parameters: debt to equity, PE, price to book value, ROA, matlab return on asset, debt to equity, then ROE, return on equity, promoter holding, pledged percentage, enterprise value, quick ratio, and many other parameters. I'm not discussing all these in details. So first of all, I have sorted these list of companies, list of SME companies based on debt. So my preference obviously was to select low debt companies or zero debt companies. So I have taken debt up to 0.3, 0 to 0.3. I didn't go above that. So you can see where is debt to equity. This is debt to equity, right? Let me highlight this particular column so it will be easier to understand. So debt to equity for these number of companies are zero. Let me make it view, freeze panes, freeze first column. Okay. Now see, blue people, Akiko, network people. So many companies are there with zero debt and low debt, 0.01, 0.07, 0.1, 0.11, 0.15, 0.2. So in this way, I have captured till 0.3. Okay. Now companies, you can, what you can do, you can further filter these companies, like companies who are having low debt with good ROE, right? So in that way we can filter it. So I will show you those later. So separately, I have computed based on ROE, top ROE performer, top ROEs, companies with best ROEs. Where is ROE? Debt equity. This is ROE. Correct. Let me highlight this column as well. So also let me freeze the first column. View, freeze panes, freeze panes. ठीक है. Now let's see ROE वाइज कितना सारा कंपनी देखिए. आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड दिस 143% का ROE, 87% का ROE भी बहुत ऑड लग रहा है. Tanwal e-motors, in my previous video I have discussed on Tanwal e-motors. Its ROE is 82%, but how come it becomes 82%? That is also something we need to check, because 82% looks very very big, very abnormal, rather, I would say. What is the formula of ROE? ROE, return on equity, means your return means your net profit divided by your net worth, right? So that is your ROE. So if your bottom line is inflated, maybe some exceptional items are there, so it is inflated. If your numerator goes up, means ROE means numerator is your PAT, your bottom line. If your bottom line is high, abnormally high compared to your equity, your net worth, then ROE will be big. So this is something bit suspicious. Apparently, it looks suspicious. So we have to go and individually check. Need to check individually. How come like their 80% of ROE becomes possible? For some companies, some of the companies, it may be possible where margin is very high, like exchanges. If you go to IEX, Indian Energy Exchange, you will find like there is expenses, very limited expenses. Like there is no physical activity, everything is virtual. So obviously, uh, these type of companies basically are not physically involved any businesses. So whatever is there in terms of control, right? Control, and in terms of regulations, so obviously margin becomes higher on that kind of companies. But for every company, any physically manufacturing companies making 100%, 80% ROE looks quite odd. So there may be some exceptional item, maybe absurd other income, something must be there. So that is something we need to check. But yes, as we have shortlisted, I have shortlisted, it came into my criteria. So these are my criteria. So what I will be doing, I will be sharing this Excel uh, with you. How can say share with you? So I shall be uploading it in one of my drive, and the link will be there. I will be sharing the link in my description box, so that you can download this and can take certain advantages of this type of ready input. तो यहाँ पे देखिए 30%, 40% का आरओई एक बार देखने लायक है. हम्म, तो दिस इज आरओई. देन ऑब्वियसली लाइक अगर तो आप ऊपर से जाओगे जहां से हम लॉजिकल लगता है, 40%, 50% का आरओई भी अगर लॉजिकल लगता है, तो यू विल फाइंड दीज नेम्स. सहाना सिस्टम्स 54% आरओई, सहज सोलर, क्रिश्का स्ट्रैप, ओबीएससी परफेक्शन, बल्क कॉर्प. So you have to check how like what these companies are. I'm not very sure about it. If I get an opportunity, I will read as much as possible. So far I have covered many of the SME companies. So I some of them, most of them are not known to me. Like these are very new to me. Most of the companies, a few I know, uh, where I have worked like in depth. I worked in depth for a few companies. So, anyways, let's move to the next. I have now this is the sales growth. Filtering based on sales growth means where growth, top line growth is more than, obviously year on year basis, top line growth is more than 30%, 30% or more, higher. ठीक है. So let me again freeze this first column. Yes, now it will be visible. So I have shown you, I have captured the data. So this is the top line growth. So to 2000%, थोड़ा सा देखना पड़ेगा कैसे पॉसिबल है, of, or is there any error? अच्छा, वेरी एबनॉर्मल सेल्स 0.4 पर. अच्छा, दिस इज न्यूली लिस्टेड, तो हो सकता है लास्ट ईयर क्वार्टर दिस कंपनी क्या नाम है, इंड इंडीफ्रा लिमिटेड। तो लेट मी मेक इट इवन बिग, मुझे ही दिख नहीं रहा है। इंडीफ्रा। तो बेसिकली लास्ट ईयर इसका सेल्स कुछ नहीं था, मतलब न्यूली लिस्टिंग है, और न्यूली फॉर्म्ड कंपनी है, तो बिजनेस उस हिसाब से शुरू नहीं हुआ था। अभी ग्रेजुअली थिंग्स आर कमिंग ऑन स्ट्रीम। तो ये एक रीजन हो सकता है। अच्छा, ये देखिए सबका ऐसे दिख नहीं रहा है। लेट मी नाउ, column fits, right? Auto column fit has been set. Now it will be better to understand, better to have a look at it. Correct. So these are the top line growth, sorted top line growth. So these number up to 30% I have captured. Then I'm not naming any specific company, because there is no point discussing different companies based on one parameter. We need to do various filters. I will try to show you all those stuffs in a different video altogether. So let me show you one thing. In this case, what we can do now, let's say the first one, the where debt to equity is zero. Now let's say zero or low up to 0.3. तो जहाँ पे डेट टू इक्विटी लो है, उस कंपनीज को वापस से सॉर्ट कर सकता है हम लोग बेस्ड ऑन अदर पैरामीटर्स। तो उसको वापस से हम लोग सॉर्ट कर सकता है बेस्ड ऑन सम अदर पैरामीटर्स। इन दिस वे वी विल शो, लाइक वी कैन फर्दर filter our stocks. So that data crunching often becomes very helpful. So let me show you all these stuffs in my next video, otherwise it will be quite long. So thank you so much in this particular video. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel for getting very informative inputs. Thank you and see you in the next video.